Honey Badger Games sponsors Diary of a Reading Geek, the perfect treat for any class. They have an amazing selection of meeples, dice and potions, all in punktastic jelly form. Check out the website and the discounts below. Our very own copy of Cosmoctopus, because we did a review of this. We absolutely love this game. Of course, you can head on over to the website doalg.co.uk and you can check out the review that we did of this. Yeah, we did a really good review, but of course it was a prototype that we received, and now we've received our copy. This is our little thank you for doing the review in the first instance. And this is one of the great things about reviewing board games. You know, for 7 years. 7 years we've been doing this now, and it's just nice that we get designers say thank you by giving us a copy of the game for doing their reviews. So yeah, I've had this in my possession now for a little while. I just haven't got round to doing an unboxing because we don't do that many unboxings, and I also wanted to save this for a special occasion. And this is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be checking this out, breaking the seal. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys the box. So if you aren't familiar with this, this is a game by Paperthought Games, published by Paperthought Games, sorry. A game designed by Henry Obadan, who we absolutely love, who's done some great titles. But look at the box. It's really, really beautiful. And the artwork and the premise behind this is absolutely brilliant. So for anyone who's not familiar, you can also, we're able to get the cute little fluffy one. Yes, that's right, Mr. Cosmoctopus himself in plushie form. And of course, I was given this by some friends of mine at the channel as well. Of course, you might know Sui and you might know Mr. Georgie. Oh, they gave this to Amelia, and yeah, it's kind of made its way into my office. It's kind of cute. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So we'll put him there overseeing what we're looking at right now. So, of course, we are live across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and, of course, TikTok. Now, if you are watching live on TikTok, folks, we totally appreciate that you can't necessarily join in, but we want you to please hit that like button if you're enjoying the show. Maybe even share the video as well, because what we can do then is, of course, maybe invite you over to join in the conversation on one of the channels, which you can actually contribute and show your comments on screen. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I'm going to kind of just work my way through this and see how we go. So there's a couple of nice touches with this box design with Cosmoctopus, using the light above. But we have, of course, this really nice finish on the Cosmoctopus text itself. And, you know, I feel like I could touch him. E.T. phone home kind of moment going on there, guys. I'm a bit of an idiot, I know. And like I say, it's consistent artwork. So, welcome, devotees. The gaze of Cosmoctopus falls upon you. Yes, he is. He's gazing up you right now. On me right now. Do you have what it takes to prove yourself the most dedicated follower? Yep, Cosmoctopus is a engine-building, tentacle-gathering board game for 1 to 4 players, guiding Cosmoctopus through the inky realm, a flexible configuration of tiles to gather the resources and obtain powerful cards that represent relics, scripture, hallucinations, and constellations. Harness the power of these bizarre objects and experiences. Craft potent card combinations and be the first devotee to earn 8 tentacles to win the game. Yeah, I'm really intrigued. Hi there, Mara, over on TikTok. Hope you're doing really well. If you guys want to join the stream, and you can join the stream and come up on screen and talk to me about the game, you're welcome to. If you're watching on TikTok, you need to head on over to our YouTube channel. And of course, what you need to do there is you also need to in the chat, make sure you drop me a message. I can put that on screen, and then we can get you into the green room and on screen and on chat with me, so you can come on and actually join the live show. Yeah, whatever platform you're on, whether you're on TikTok, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, I can get you guys to join on the show. So I want to give this a try with at least one person this evening, if that's at all possible. I just hope my daughter doesn't wake up, because I'm also on dad duty. But if you want to join the show and talk to me about the game, ask me questions, and you're more than welcome to, or you can ask me about other things. So yes, I am going to be opening this up now. So I can show you all these lovely components, because obviously things have changed. Hi there, folks. If you are joining, it's Mr. Chris here from Diabolical Geek. I am opening up my copy of Cosmoctopus at last on the screen, on stream. Let's certainly show you guys what it looks like, the final copy, because of course the copy we did a review on previously was a prototype copy, and I want to see what the finished one looks like. Oh my god, that new board game smell. Oh dear me. And they've got it again. People are dropping in and out like flies this evening, guys. Remember, you can drop your chat, your comments up on screen if you wish. Just when I look at this, look at that spot varnish finish. That looks really nice on that. And it doesn't take away from the game for once. So let's have a quick look. Ooh, ooh. Flip that and look at the inside. I can see the patterns, but what does it all mean? No, but it's a really nice finish. Really nice inlay on the side of the box cover. Fantastic. And it's got little flecks of varnish. Looks really, really nice. Really, really nice. So yeah, let's move that over to one side. This is what I'm looking at, folks, so people can see. Yes, Cosmoctopus, the plushie, is over watching the stream as well. So in the box, we have got, of course, our the Paperboard Games advert on the back of here. We'll open that up in a moment. We've got some cards. We've also got some tokens. Some bags of all our bags of wooden tokens. In fact, the wooden tokens are actually a better size now. I felt they were a little bit small. I think that was one of the things that I initially kind of fed back on the initial review. So that which is always good. Oh, and the tentacles. Let's have a look at the tentacles. Yes, you are bothering me. I want to offer promotion for your channel. Well, pioneering semicolon, go away. I do not like it when people spam me, and I'm going to flag you later. No, go away. Right, so yes, let's have a look at these. Oh, look at him. The ace. I said I'd be tempted to paint it, but the finish quality on it is actually really, really good. Better than the last one. Again, they've improved it. And the little tentacles, really ace. I think I could paint these dead easy, but I can't be bothered. Lots of tentacles. Lots of tentacles. Brilliant. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Let's pop those back in the bag for the moment. Cosmoctopus back in there as well. Yeah, so yeah, it's a good start. And then of course we've got some more cards, which is nice. An advertisement for their new game Terraria, so I don't blame them. Some more tokens. Yeah, better sizes now, guys. They really are better sizes. Gel, silica gel, keep it dry, in the bin it goes. Don't need it anymore. And of course we've got some really nice kind of finished wooden tokens here. Spyglasses and galaxy symbols. And of course we've got a random box. I'm not sure what that's for. What's the random box for, guys? Paper 4? Answer, anyone? Hello? Okay, that's interesting. And we've got a sorting tray. Nice. I like sorting trays. It keeps things neat and tidy, and it's the precise shape of a big tentacle. Yeah, it is. So we'll pour those in there later. And then of course we've got, looks like, some really cool stickers. And I like sticker sheets. That's nice. They've put a little sticker sheet in the box. I like that. Ace. Stickers! The random freebies you don't expect are always really nice. Yeah. Hi there. If you joined us and you're on screen, I do apologise if I've not seen you saying hello. Welcome to the stream. This is a bit different to what we've done before. This gives you the opportunity to come on and join the show. So if you are watching, and I know you're watching because I can see the numbers creeping up, if you want to hit a note in a comment or drop me a direct message or drop me a direct message via our Discord channel, yeah, then you can join the show and you can come on and ask me some questions. The same thing for the guys over on TikTok. If you're watching, then of course, please do. Yeah. So here we go. We've got our rule book. Of course, I have already played this. Do love the game. It looks like there's been some improvements to the rule book, which is nice. We did say there was a few little tweaks they could have done. So yeah, it looks better slightly laid out. I love the fact that the gaze of Cosmoctopus moves so people can see what's going on. Yeah. And then of course we've also got, ooh, what's this? The old observatory. Look closer. Case. Oh, it's a little graphic novel. Oh, nice. I love it. Great. I love it when you get content like this you don't expect. No words, just chaos. Yeah. And of course, then you've got joiners, icon guide for all the elements in the game. And of course, we've got lots of punch-out boards. So these are all our different objectives and things we can do in the game. The Inky Realms, nice quality. The finished quality is really, really good. I am not popping anything out on stream. I've got a separate video that I'm going to do for all the ASMR peeps out there that like board game ASMR. I'm going to pop these all out and make a nice little video. Won't take me long to do that. I've got lots to do today. Lots to do. And then of course we've got these nice lovely elements. It's all to come together really nicely. The finished product's really nice. The fact that there's box art on the inside is really nice touch. I'm really impressed with it, with the spot varnish on the elements. It looks really, really nice. I'm an advocate of when good board games have lovely components. When the board games are not so great, or the quality and the finish take away from the readability of something. So they're not going to affect the game going forward. So yeah. We've got some cards in there as well. Now, if I remember correctly, these have got a linen finish. Can't remember. I'm not going to open them now because it does take away from the unboxing, ASMR video that I'm going to produce. But if you haven't played Cosmoctopus and you want to check out the details of Cosmoctopus further, then of course please do go check out the website, which is of course diaryofalinkingeek.com. Think still works, or doalg.co.uk, and you will find all the information there, and of course the review of our site there as well. So you can go and have a read of the review with links to all the relevant curmudgeon and all the relevant information that you might need to go and check out. Cosmoctopus, because it looks like a really, really, really nice game, and I haven't put the tentacle in or the really, really weird random box. We'll find out what that means. So yeah, let's get that lid back on. So we've had a look at that. That's a really nice looking game. I know it plays well, but the finished quality is better than I ever could have expected it to be. So yeah, it's a good call. So yeah, Cosmoctopus. Hello. So we have got someone that's coming on, Ed. Right, let's bring him in to say hello.
Hello.
Well, hello.
I'm just going to say hello.
Yeah,
not too bad, thanks. Busy.
Good. Yeah, as ever. What have you been up to? Anything interesting?
Yeah, I mean, somewhat. So this month, as a lot of people know, is NaNoWriMo. I rather than doing NaNoWriMo, for some years now, I've sort of done my own spin on it, which I call EraWriMo. I'm the creator of the Era games. You guys have at least looked at some of the games that I've written, and I've chatted with a couple of your people about doing some reviews of them. But yes, I believe you actually own one. It was discovered in a box somewhere.
I own one.
I think that was the case. Yeah. I think it was Era Lost Legend. I think.
Oh, crikey! Yeah, probably.
Anyway,
it rings a bell.
It looks roughly like this. Looks roughly like that.
Ah, yeah. It's in one of my boxes somewhere. I'm losing track of stuff.
Yes, indeed. So I decided that I'm a little short on sessions for Era Lost Legend, in fact.
There you go.
One other game, Era the Empowered. So what I'm going to do is every day during EraMo, I'm going to be writing a session for Era Lost Legend or Era the Empowered, the superhero one.
Fantastic.
So I'm busy, and the reason I'm here is I'm trying to avoid doing that. So I thought I'd look and check this out and see how you were doing as a way of avoiding actually doing any work. That seemed like a reasonable idea.
No, that's fair. I have literally just been chatting to folks and telling them, looking at the finished quality of Cosmoctopus.
That is
nice. We did the review. God knows how, probably 9 months ago now, maybe longer. I'd have to look at the original published date of the article. And of course, what we got was a prototype. So we've now obviously received our final copy as a thank you for doing the review.
Right.
And yeah, it's really nicely finished. And of course, a friend of mine got me a Cosmoctopus plush. Well, actually, more specifically, my daughter, and it's kind of made its way into my room, into my office for this video. I did not steal it off my child. But yeah, no, it plays really well. It's a great game, and for anyone who's not checked it out, I would definitely say check it out. But it's nice to see something come through to fruition. I'm sure you appreciate that, of all people, with the amount of games that you've published and the amount of books you've published, and especially when it comes to RPG content. Because let's face it, RPG content is, I think, hard to visualize. Would you say that?
I don't know. I mean, I've done card games and I've done RPGs, and yeah, I mean,
from a concept perspective, what comes together quicker?
So, card games, when I want to do something, it's sort of like I know exactly what I'm going to do, and like I can then get like blank cards and write things on them, like I have done here. Here's one of my prototypes that's not done yet because I'm really lazy. But I can just kind of write on the cards what I want it to be, and then I can like try it out and play it. RPGs, it's a little more involved getting it to the point where you can play it, I guess. Yeah. It's a lot easier now. I've done because I did Era D10 Fundamentals, which was like a setting neutral thing. So I sort of set everything up so that I can then just go, right, here's fundamentals, here's the character sheet, whatever, and here's the stuff that I'm adding for this game. I'm going to do this, this, and this. So that's made that a lot easier, because in the past it was, right, I've got to get a character sheet and mangle it up and like get in paint and like delete that thing. It's not called that anymore. It's now called this, and this does this, and oh, I've got to draw a little spiral. Okay, I'll draw a little spiral, and you know, it started being quite intense. That's the other thing with a card game. This has allowed me to play dozens of games of this. You do a character sheet, so it's going to fill it in. You've got to do another character sheet. So if you're trying to do modifications by hand, that's an extensive piece of work. So, you know, it swings around about. I reckon it's, for me, I kind of go, right, I know what I want this world to taste like. Yeah. So, you know, I can go, oh, hey, okay, this is a world with magic everywhere and floating cities in the sky and all kinds of that kind of stuff. And I know what it's going to taste like. And then, like, actually playing it is relatively easy. And then with a card game, I actually find it, like, I've got to have the idea. And once I have the idea, bringing it to fruition is quite easy. But personally, I find those ideas more difficult. So, I don't know if I'm allowed to plug my own thing here. I'm actually running a Kickstarter right now for that game I just described, the magic everywhere and floating cities in the sky and stuff.
Zing me the address in the chat, and then I can bring it up on screen.
That would be phenomenal.
Yeah, no. Well, this is one of the things. This is one of the things with this off-the-cuff show this time, because I wanted to do something a bit more different. I wanted to involve people, to invite them to come in and promote themselves while I'm on the show, and just during a general chinwag. And you know, it's kind of like a board game drop-in session.
I love it. I love a general chinwag. I mean, it's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, let's face it, sometimes it's getting me to shut up, some people say.
Don't worry, everyone says the same thing about me.
Oh, that's not a bad thing.
It's not, you know, actually it's funny because a bunch of like interviewers, like people who do like podcasts and whatnot, have said I'm really like worthwhile having on because you press play and I keep talking.
Yeah, that sounds about right. There we go. So this is what you've got on at the moment. So
This
it's
is right,
Era Dragon Song, a high fantasy TTRPG in a world of magic. Okie dokie. Well, it's done really well so far. Congratulations. Of course,
Thank you very
you've
much.
already got your 500 goal. Yeah, you're so close to that 900 to 1,000, which is never a bad thing. Let's have a quick look. Tell me about it as I look through this.
There are a lot of high fantasy games, obviously, and actually, ironically, this is the second game I ever made on the Era D10 rule set, and I never published it. I never even tried. I never even made any attempt whatsoever to publish it. I made it for a group of people at work at the time, 10 years ago now, who wanted to play maybe D&D or something, and most of them were first timers. And I went, okay, look, I'm not going to run D&D, but what I will do is I'll run you a high fantasy thing on my rule set, which I'm sort of putting together. So I went away. I spent actually it was only about a day or two just working out how exactly the mechanics were going to work for Magic.
Yeah.
And working out some spells and such, and character sheets right there. It's changed in appearance, but the content is exactly the same as back then. And the idea is that unlike a lot of high fantasy settings, magic is everywhere. Like mages aren't this shunned subset of people who can only wear cloth armor or whatever. No, like everyone has magic. So your giant orcish barbarian will be able to put a point in magic and have a magic spell if they'd like to have magic. Or I'm trying to think of someone else equally unlikely to have magic. Your thief, and what I did is I said, look, this is going to be really freeform because it's the first time we've ever done it. So everyone can choose whatever race they want. So munchkins that I know, one chooses vampire, one chooses, it's like, I'm a vampire. We're going to be spending most of our time in dungeons. That's fine. I'm like, fine, whatever. And then another one chooses an orc because they want to be an orc, and one of them wants to be a gnoll. And it's like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna run with it. It's cool. You do you. The irony ended up being that that actually the vampire ended up knowing less blood magic than a human mage who joined us later, who was just completely consumed by blood magic. So I was like, this human knows more blood magic than me. All right then. So yeah,
crazy.
It was,
sounds chaotic but fun.
It was just kind of this thing that I did, and I only intended to run it for a few weeks. Ended up running for about 18 weeks. Every week after work, like 5 o'clock till 7 o'clock or whatever, we'd just sit down and play.
Yeah.
And we were given a meeting room by the company, which was really good to go and sit and do that. And we got kicked out once by the cleaning staff. Just the once though.
Just the once.
But yeah, no, we played for absolutely ages, and they never did find Emmerich, who they were looking for. And I've since run some sort of actual plays which sort of echoed a similar scenario to that. Of going to, the idea is you're going to find this friend. So the idea, I should say, take a step back for a moment, Ed. The idea, I mentioned the giant floating cities. They're called Archaeopolises.
Yeah.
And they're these enormous, floating cities powered by magic. They're tethered to the ground by giant chains, and you can't just climb the chain because there's like a shield around it. No one can get into them until they seem to sometimes run out of magic and just fall to the ground. And then you can go inside, you can explore it, you can they say that all the magic that we have now came from inside Archaeopolises. They say, there's actually a plague that's killing one of the races. They say that might have come from inside an Archaeopolis. There are even some which are buried so old, they fell to the ground so long ago, they're buried under mountains. So they really are, the gates of Moria kind of feel. Okay. But overall, you get this wonderful feeling that everyone has that ability to have magic if that's where they want to put their skill points. Yeah. And it's not it's not kind of like, right, well, if I don't get 8 levels in this, then I can't, you know, in this class, because it's a classless system. So if I don't get 8 levels in this class, then I can't do anything. No, you can just go, right, well, you know what, Searing Light looks really good. I'd like to have that, or you know, Healing Touch or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that. I'm just going to put 1 point in because I think that'd be really handy to have some healing because we're a bit screwed right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and it's just got that wonderful flexibility in it.
That sounds really good.
A little bit of different gameplay.
Sometimes you regret putting, you know, something into an ability, and then you go, I actually haven't really used that ability. It doesn't tend, you know, because I don't know about you, but when it comes to RPG, it's almost you know, it's a living beast, and you have intentions to role play a particular character in a particular way, but as you're playing that character, and it evolves. It evolves, and you go, well, hang on a second, I wanted to do that, but I kind of haven't, because of the decisions I've made with the group of people that I'm playing with have been different to a session I've done with another group of people, and you typecast yourself, and you think you always want to do those certain things. So you have to be not ironclad and make those changes and amendments is really nice. I like that.
Well, I mean, and I'm actually quite well known for, particularly on Era of the Empowered in the early days, the superhero game that I wrote. Yeah. In the early days, you know, I was like, okay, look, we're going to write a power tree, and like, if you don't like it, we'll just give it a tweak. Like, it's fine. We can like play around with it and so on. And I do sometimes have, look, oh, I really wish I could do this. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's do that. Let's get rid of this out of your power tree. Let's put this in instead. You know, it gives you that opportunity to have a little bit of flexibility, because who at level 1 really knows who their character's going to be, right? Like seriously, you know, you're sat there at session 0, and you're going, right, well, you know, I've got this tragic backstory, and I'm going to do these things and those things and those things, and you go, okay, cool, right, okay, awesome, yeah, I can run with that, and then, you know, you kind of go, I don't know, you know, actually, like, I've played 3 sessions with this now, and really what I'd like to be able to do is, like, my character is like this, but I just kind of want to tweak it a bit more towards the like, because I keep doing reckless things, so I want to tweak it a bit more towards the attack and less towards the defense. And I do that a lot with Lost Legend, because it's got this really handy power web system. Yeah. I've probably got a page of it handy here. There we go. I wonder if you can see that.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, so you can sort of move through the power web and get the skills that you want. And, you know, if someone wants, you know, enjoys the character enough that they want to go back and, like, go, oh, hey, you know what, I made these choices, but I know how many crystals I've got. Can I rejig my choices and change my stats? I'm like, yeah, sure. You know what? You're especially, I feel, in, like, a Final Fantasy-inspired game. Yeah. I feel like your stats are almost an afterthought to who your character is. It like, the genre supports that, I think. Like, it's like, okay, well, who is Auron or Cloud, or, you know, okay, they have a big sword, but they're very, very different in the way they approach things, the way they attack. You know, they would have extremely different stats, and you could start going, right, I'm a dude with a big sword, and not know any more than that, and then gradually fall into a role that's totally different. And I think it's really important to allow people to do that. You know, that flexibility is, it's really important, I think, for people as they. I get a lot of first-time role players, you know, people who, or second-time role players, people who tried D&D and sort of it didn't quite work for them, and that's cool, you know, like, no one game is absolutely perfect for everybody. That's exactly what I would expect, you know.
Majority of people, you know, either start out with D&D, I've found, or Vampire the Masquerade, or Star Wars, because they're the kind of starting.
They're the really, the really well-known ones,
really well-known.
Or you backdoor into it through like Warhammer Inquisitor or something along those lines.
Yeah. I mean,
like you weren't intending to roleplay, but you ended up in that situation.
Exactly. And I think a lot of the hobbies that, you know, people participate in, you know, from early youngsters. So myself, I started out with ironically Warhammer. I walked into the local games workshop in Grimsby, and I was indoctrinated there and then.
Likewise, got into 40k. I've always been a sci-fi guy.
Yeah, and exactly, I like my sci-fi, and I think it's a kind of a natural progression. If you have that interest and you like that kind of thing,
then you get exposed to other pieces of the hobby. So my first ever role-playing game was none of the ones you've listed. It was actually Paranoia.
Paranoia. Oh my god, I've not played that for donkeys.
It's
God, I love that. I forgot how good that was.
It's so much fun. Well,
it is.
My advice to anyone out there who's thinking, oh yeah, Paranoia, don't run a campaign. It doesn't work. People
just do one shot.
Cliques, and they always gang up together on the other people.
Yeah.
And it never works out. It was funny actually because I had some experience with mechanics and such. I played Mega Traveller, which was a computerized game of Traveller when I was very young. I got that on my Amiga because I'm old. And I played Neverwinter Nights and Baldur's Gate and Pool of Radiance, The Ruins of Myth-Draenor, all of which were phenomenal good fun. The Neverwinter Nights series remains one of my favourite game series of all time. It just absolutely hit me at the right moment in my life,
Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, ditto.
And so I had sort of some experience in mechanics and stuff. I went to the Indoor Gaming Society at university, sat down, played Paranoia 1 week. The next week, there were short GMs. So like, can anyone GM? I'm like, yeah, fine. Yeah, okay. I've been perma GM ever since.
It takes, sometimes it just takes, someone to put you in that situation. You go, oh, yeah, I'll go and give it a go.
Yeah, you know it.
You love it and you enjoy doing it. I mean, I'll be honest. Go on.
It's nice to play from time to time, and since then, I exaggerate slightly. I'm not a total perma GM. I mean, I'm 99.9% perma GM, but like I have occasionally played. There are still my own games that I've written that I have never played.
Yeah.
But I like GMing. It's crafting a story, it's crafting a situation, and then watching as people try to get out of that situation or try to develop that situation into a more favourable scenario. I'm not even talking about combat particularly. I'm talking about the general sense of, oh, there's a mystery, or oh, there's a problem to solve, or something to understand, or whatever it is that you can then bring to them and let them explore on their own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely encourage anyone who's not sure about. Going
I've actually got the box has arrived, but I've not opened it yet. I've got some copies of the book. I can go get one if you like.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I'm not it, so no promises.
Yeah. No, that'd be amazing. Yeah, so for anyone who is late to the stream or joined us, we have Ed joining us from Shades of Vengeance, and we're just chatting. This is a drop-in session for anyone able to come in and join the show and promote their game, talk to us about what they've been working on, and that's what Ed's exactly done. I started out the stream chatting about Cosmoctopus because I love the game. I've got another game to chat about in a bit, and maybe Ed will want us to hang about for that. But then obviously Ed's come along and he's telling us all about his RPG that he's got currently on Kickstarter. So I know we get a lot of people watch back, so please do go and have a check this out. It is Era Dragon Song, and it's on Kickstarter now. It's already been hit its goal, but why don't you get on it now, because it actually looks really quite nice. And maybe if I can persuade Ed when he comes back, maybe we can get a copy given away as a competition. Well, let's see. He may be able to hear me saying that right now, and he might be going, please don't. But we'll see. And what did I just unplug? Uh-oh. No, nothing. Thank God for that. So yes, it definitely looks interesting. Let's have a quick look at this video while Ed's away.
I love that logo.
A
friend of mine called Martin did it. say that dragons are immortal, that their song describes the rise and fall of civilizations. They also say that any that can understand the dragon song become immortal. Hi everyone, Ed here from Shades of Vengeance, and welcome to a world of magic and mystery that's been 10 years in the making. Era Dragonsong is a high fantasy tabletop RPG harnessing the power of the Era D10 system to bring a world of ancient magic and huge floating archaeopolises to life. Unlike many other fantasy settings, magic flows through every person and is woven into the fabric of society on every level. In this game, spells will always be at your beck and call, whether you're a fierce barbarian, a silent monk, or an arcane sorcerer. Choose from 8 races, 8 types of magic, and a vast number of options to bring your character to life. Then, get out there to explore the mysteries of this world for yourself. The rulebook primer that will be funded by this project contains everything you need to play the game, including a briefing on the world of Era Dragonsong, a thorough guide to character creation, a list of equipment available, the complete rules for the Era D10 system, along with all changes for Era Dragonsong, a guide for the GM based on 10 years' experience of running sessions, and stats for various types of enemies. We also have a load of cool extra rewards, so please check out the tiers, and feel free to comment if you have any questions. Thanks for watching, and thank you again if you choose to support our latest game.
Yeah, and I think you should check it out. Have a look.
So I've not looked in this book yet. You know, I've literally just brought it up as it is. Here it is.
Okay. Hang on a second. Let's give you the credit here that you need for this.
Here we go. So
there you go. Right, come on then.
Primer. This is it. It's a lot greener than it looks in this blue light, but it's green.
Yeah.
And I'm opening it for the first time. Like, I haven't looked at it yet, so fingers crossed.
Let's hope there's no mistakes in it.
Yeah, well,
no, that's nice.
I have found, after publishing over 150 books,
wow,
that basically
no way is it 150 now.
Nice. Yeah, over 150.
Oh my god.
I will open this book, and the first page I look at, I will see a mistake of some description. There you are. There's the rules there. There's some flowcharts. That's that's our unarmed combat flowchart, I think. Yeah.
Nice. I like it when combat's done like that. Sometimes it just makes it easier. I wish more systems would do that.
Like it's in both. So if you're someone who prefers to read, you got the reading. If you're someone who prefers the flowchart, you can follow the flowchart. So I've always felt
so really useful.
The other thing that I do that I find a lot of systems don't, and I don't really understand why, is I really pay a lot of attention to the character sheet looking nice. Again, you can't see it very well. You can see it better on the Kickstarter, I think. But, it's been really carefully done, really nicely. The spell area looks like a spell book. That's the one piece of artwork, apart from the cover, maybe, that everyone is going to spend the most time looking at. So, to me, it's a no-brainer that you spend time making it look really nice, and then you get these very stark black and white character sheets. I adore Eclipse Phase as a game. Like, I played it and I loved it and I loved the concept. The hacking rules are a bit nah. I understand they were going for simulation there, but it was a bit much. But that's really my primary negative about Eclipse Phase. But the character sheet, it's just a list of numbers and words.
I like this. This is very visual.
Impressive in any way, and I just think that's going to be the thing. You have sat in front of you a whole time. That's how you start visualizing your character.
Yeah,
I want it to look really good. I want you to look at this and go, "Wow, this is beautiful." And Tiffany, who did the graphic design for this, did an amazing job. I think it looks really good. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, done a cracking job. I was going to say who's done your graphic design and
so the flowcharts and the character sheet were done by Tiffany. I forget her surname. I'm sorry. One moment. I will tell you. Tiffany Smith. Oh well. Okay. That narrows it down a lot.
Yeah. But no, it's fine.
Feels like I made it up, doesn't it? No, Tiffany did the character sheet and flowcharts. I've got Leo Weiss, who did all of the other, like all of the graphics in this Kickstarter. He did all of them, and he's just an absolute gem. I've adored working with him because he's really, really passionate. He's a role player himself. So is Tiffany, actually. He's a role player himself.
Often are, though, aren't they?
Man, the chance to do some graphic design for something interesting. Yes, I'm in. Let's do it. Let's do the thing. And he's like, oh, you know, you didn't ask me for this, but I can do this as well. Would you like this? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no, he's not made it up. He's not made it up, folks. It's Tiffany Smith.
Not made it up. Well, if I made it up, I made it up there as well.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it does look good. It does look good. Definitely. I was joking away with the watchers. You know, that anyone who watching this back. That I said, I might try and persuade Ed to chuck us a copy that we can give away on the channel. So if you're up for that, let us know.
I'm sure I could do that. I'm sure I could do that. I'm sure I've got a spare. This one has to go on the bookshelf because so behind me these are all haven't quite got the whole.
You can do that live. You can do that live. You can put that on the shelf.
This needs to go on my bookshelf. It needs to go over
there. There it goes.
There we go.
The first one on the shelf. There you go.
There we are.
Fantastic. There you go. But yes, if you want to do that, that's great. What we can do is we can run that on our channel we have a specific one for doing giveaways, so we can put that on there.
Awesome. Just drop me a message on Discord when you're when you're ready, and I'll happily do that. No problem at all.
Yeah, no, that would be great. We'll get.
I'll chuck you guys one while you're at it if you like.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. And then I'll get one of the RPG guys to have a look at it and do a review for you.
Awesome, that'd be fantastic.
No, absolute pleasure. It's what we're here for. It's one of the things we do. We enjoy doing it.
There we go.
In fact, you know, I don't know what's going on TikTok, but people have been saying, yeah, it looks good, looks interesting. So that's always a good sign.
Fantastic. Maybe that number will go up. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, exactly. And this is. We get surprisingly a lot of rewatch. So if anyone's got any questions for Ed, and you're watching this back, please do pop them in the chat and the comments because I'm sure happily he'll have a look.
Do you mind if I give you a link for our Discord so you can maybe share it on the comments or whatever works? And then anyone who wants to know anything about any of our stuff, you can just hop in and let me just make sure I got the right one. Yep.
Yeah. Make sure you do.
You can just hop in and
ask away any questions
if it's working right, and you can ask any questions you like. I'm extremely active on Discord. As a matter of fact, it's how I realized this stream was going on because I was on the Diary of a Lincoln Geek Discord and I saw it and was like, okay. I mean, I wonder how many people are there. There might be 15 people there for all I know. I really have no idea.
It fits and starts sometimes. Some weeks, some months, we've got 30 odd people watching. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's two. But that number's growing up. We're going up all the time. So let's get you a new banner up for your Discord. Banner. There you go. So if you want to go and check out the Discord for Ed and Shades of Vengeance, then please obviously head over onto that link at the bottom. It's scrolling across the bottom as I speak.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Things over. There you go.
Oh well, that's totally untypable. Maybe
no, the people can use that. It's fine. And I'll also make sure I'll put it in the comments as well. So if anyone wants got the comment threads up, then obviously you can go and check that out in there as well. That's going across to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch as we speak. So people can
thank you very much.
Check that out. No, that's all right. It's one of the great things that we're able to do is we can stream to multiple platforms simultaneously. Saves me loads of re-uploading content.
I know that one pretty well because I've been hit by it. So one of the other things, side comment. I like to really immerse myself in the worlds. Like I create these worlds because mostly I create games because I really love creating worlds, and RPGs are just a really good way of like expressing those worlds. So I I go crazy. I have an amazing sort of pool of voice actors who are willing to work with me and help me out, bring these worlds to life. And there's actually a video going up every day of Era Dragon Songs Kickstarter on our YouTube and also on the updates.
Oh yeah.
So if you still got it open, they're public updates. So if you still got it open, there was a video today which was about the first of the 8 races. There's going to be a 1-minute thing. Each one has a member of the race speaking in character about why they became an adventurer and what it's like being an adventurer of their species and what being a member of their species is like. It's just a short video, about 1 minute long. But it's a really nice little, okay, here is the Drakea, which is today's. They are dragonkin. It said they're actually descended from dragons. And as I said in the Kickstarter video that you showed kindly earlier, dragons are immortal. Well, Drakea are not. In fact, they are dying of a plague. And some say, as I said earlier, some say it came from the Archaeopoluses. Some say it's sort of a price for... They have an instinctive knowledge of the world. They that manifests mechanically as a bonus to intelligence.
Yeah.
It's the second video there is the one I'm talking about. The other one is a quick actual play snippet. I had a bit of fun and I wrote I wrote a fallen angel, which is not a race, but that's what the first video is. It's the fallen angel player asked, "Hey, since I'm a fallen angel, do I have wings? Can I fly?" I said, "You have wings, but no, they're broken." He says, "Oh, I didn't fall on my wings." I said, "Apparently you did."
Yeah. Well, if anyone who's watching wants to also go check out the Shades of Vengeance YouTube channel, then obviously please do as well. Again, that's in the comments now as well for everyone. And I'm also going to put that on the banner at the bottom as well. So if you want to go and check that out, then of course you can.
But yeah, I mean, we've actually got a video scheduled to go out every day. So there are 8 races. There are 8 types of magic. I've actually paired them up. So the voice actors very kindly, for example, the voice actor of the Drakea did elemental magic. I just sort of paired up a magic type with a Blair. My words just went. I paired up a magic type with a species with a race.
Yeah.
She very kindly did not only the Drakea but also the elemental magic. That'll be coming out in a few more days. My notebook's gone. The elemental magic will be coming out on the 5th of November.
Yeah.
They're all accessible through the updates on the Kickstarter as well if you're looking for one place to get to them.
Fantastic.
So yeah, it's been a very long road for this game. You know, as I said near the beginning, you know, I ran it 10 years ago.
Yeah.
About 4 years ago, I ran it at a convention. It was just kind of
Which convention was that then?
So this was my favorite convention of the year, Contingency.
I've heard of Contingency, yes.
Is a small, for anyone who doesn't know, it's a small UK-based convention. It's, I don't know, maybe 1,000 people. And it's entirely dedicated to running games. And that's one of the things that makes it one of my favorite conventions of the year, because it's not a sales hall. You know, I love Dragon Meet. It's just around the corner. I actually live just literally down the road. I love Dragon Meet. It's great, but it is quite sales hall-y with not a lot of slots. So the priority is sort of on, oh, I'm interested in this game. Maybe I'll try it in one of the slots. Maybe I won't. Maybe I've already booked in what I want to play. I don't know. Yeah. But, you know, it feels, you know, very crushed into a day. Whereas Contingency, you know, it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You've got 3 sessions every day except Sunday where you've got 2. That's a lot of gaming. It's 13 sessions. I tend to run something like 11 out of the 13. I usually go home on Sunday after the first session, so I go home at 1 o'clock. So I'm home for work on Monday. And I try to take Friday evening off, because otherwise I just start, if I don't rest, I start running bad sections. And I don't want to run bad sections. But Contingency is... No, I don't, actually. I mean, I don't even enjoy it when I run a bad session, let alone the players, right? You know, Contingency is by far my favorite convention of the year, run by some absolutely awesome people. Chris and Carol are just so on top of everything. Really, really, you also go to some of the smaller conventions where they don't care. And
No.
Chris and Carol just want everyone to have a good time, play some games. They want to bring everyone together, bring the community together. I absolutely adore Contingency. It's the first thing that goes in my calendar. It goes in my work. I'm booking it off 6 months in advance. I know I'm going as soon as the date's announced. It's never even a question for me. And at Contingency, because 11 sessions, I do often run a multi-table that takes up multiple sessions. I love doing that. We do really big, large-scale multi-tables. That's it. Contingency. I think it's January. I want to say it's 20-something this year.
Contingency January 18th to 22nd.
18th, 22nd. That's it.
Yeah, there you go. So this is why I brought it up on screen. Helps us remember things. No, that's all right. No, I've heard about Contingency. A friend of mine, Ray, she is a massive RPG, TTRPG, LARP, you name it. And she's mentioned Contingency to me before. While I've not been myself, because I do tons of board game stuff, and I can't do everything in the year. It's hard work.
Believe me, I know. I do a lot of stuff as well. But I go to Contingency for my fun. And anyone who's watching, who's thinking, oh, I don't know, I don't do a lot of RPGs, and, that looks quite intense. And it's really not. Like, everyone is really nice and really dedicated to everyone having a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, you're scrolling through there, and I'm just sat here smiling, the faces I'm seeing, just bringing back memories. I mean, just every single face in those photos is someone who's nice and plays nice with other players, whether you're new or existing. And, they want to be there and they want to play. They're not there because they feel like they have to be. They're there because they want to be.
Yeah,
and that's a really big deal. And it's hard to find.
And there's a lot of systems being played here, by the way, folks. Look, these are not small systems. There's some great ones. I mean,
there are a couple of
Fiasco, yay! Goblins. Oh my god! I'm seeing how many here I recognize here. This is where you really test my knowledge. So what do I know out of this list? Seventh Sea, yes. Blake 7. Oh my god! I need to play that.
Surely AD&D?
Sorry?
Surely AD&D.
Oh, AD&D, yeah, sorry, yeah. Very early AD&D. Cyberpunk 2020, Dead of Night. D&D, most editions, 3rd edition, 5th edition. I've wanted to try Dragon Age. I haven't tried that one, but I've heard good things. Doctor Who, I was supposed to be doing a review of it, never turned up, so I don't know what happened there.
Some of the era games, perhaps?
Fiasco. God, there's loads. Judge Dredd, I'd like to try that one. Wow, crikey, there's tons, isn't there? There's no shortage of people, running different teams. Pathfinder, Paranoia. We mentioned Paranoia earlier. Shadowrun, of course.
I actually ran a game of Paranoia. Not at Contingency. They do 2 smaller conventions as well that are just Friday to Sunday. Last year at Condensed, which is the one. Actually, it's taking place 2 weeks from now. Condensed. It's in Chichester or near Chichester this year, I think, if I remember right. And I ran Paranoia there because there was a free slot and people wanted to play things, and they were like, "What can you run?" And I'm like, "Well, I could run era games, or I could run Paranoia. I want to play Paranoia." I'm like, "Okay, all right, fine." Grabbed a few pieces of paper and wrote up some very makeshift character sheets, and we played Paranoia.
One thing I want to try. Where was it? Warhammer RPG, which I have done. And one that's not on here, which I'm really surprised, is the one that's got the new Netflix show. It's gone from my head now. Based on a series of books. Overpowering, the Source, the One. Oh my god, his brain's gone from my head. Been a long day. But I'm surprised
I don't have Netflix. That's how I write so much.
Yes, yeah. No, actually, it wasn't Netflix. Actually, it was on Prime. Wheel of
Same
Time. There
difference.
you go. Wheel of Time. I'm surprised that's not on the list. The Wheel of Time RPG was actually really quite good. And I remember it's one game where someone actually, nearly killed the entire party within the first session. Literally, they rolled a crit, and we all died because someone overpowered and overchanneled.
I once had a group nearly die in the first session, but that was because they couldn't climb a ladder.
I love it. Some of the
It was an
weird
early,
things that go
early
on in
version of the
RPGs
rules.
sometimes.
It was an early version of the rules, and I had an athletics skill back then, and you required athletics to climb the ladder because that's just logical. Well, no one had any athletic skill because why would you need athletic skill? Let's just say the athletic skill doesn't exist anymore. Let's put it that way. But they nearly all died trying to climb a ladder. Or was it? No, even better. They were trying to climb down a ladder.
Down a ladder. Yeah, that's not.
And basically, they kept falling on top of each other and breaking arms and legs, and yeah. It's become a bit of an in-joke for my group since.
Isn't that always the case? Well, I'm going to have to say that I don't know where an hour's gone.
I only joined 20 minutes in, so,
Was it 20 minutes in? Well,
I
don't know where that hour's gone. It's nearly 9:30, and my wife will be on her way home from work very, very soon. And I've not achieved anything I said I was going to achieve because
I know the feeling. I need to go and write that session I promised I would.
Yes.
But yes.
But no, it's been absolutely lovely chatting, Ed. Thank you for.
Thank you so much for making the time. You absolutely didn't have to, and I really appreciate it. It was that, for the record, that a moment ago was the unboxing for me. I didn't know what it looked like inside. I'm very happy with it. Oh, and I'll tell you what, the full gloss feels really nice.
Does it? I was going to say, it looked really good. You get it off the shelf again. Get it off the shelf again very quickly. It looks like it's got a really nice finish to it. And I'm a stickler for quality of something. You can't get it out now.
That's too full. That's too full.
No,
that's very shiny. Nice. But even the internal is full gloss, and it feels really nice.
No, it's nice. Quality's important. You would be surprised.
Bit of a dry page, that one, but magic.
Yeah.
Here's something with some images on as well. Probably a bit dark because of the light, but
yeah, it's fine. It's all
good. They aren't as dark as they look. They're pretty vibrant actually. It's just bad lighting.
Yeah, it is bad lighting. So if you haven't seen it and you want to go check it out, then of course do go and check out the Kickstarter for Era Dragon Song. The information is on screen now. Of course, they've reached the pledge. They're not going to panic. Don't panic. It's not a Kickstarter that's going to fail because they have not reached their goal. They've reached the goal and it's going beyond that right now. So go and check it out.
I'm having to start thinking about stretch goals, and my first stretch goal on my list is probably going to be the Fallen Angel thing. It's not really a race, but it might be a lot of fun to play. And it's not like it's an extra page of, hey, here's how this will work. Not even like half a page of, it's this. So I think I'll stick that in as 1,000 and go right stretch goal. Here we go. Our time.
Well, of course, YouTube channel. Please, obviously, make sure you hit that old important subscribe button for him, and of course ourselves. And you can get all that information from our website, which of course is Diary of a Linking Geek. It's on screen, it's on the bottom, and of course, if you want to support the channel as well, you can also donate to our Ko-fi, or if you want to, you can also do it in our Patreon as well. So in the meantime, I want to say thank you to Ed for popping on. It's really nice to have a chat. We're going to be doing more of these sessions going forward. So if people want to just come on unplanned, you can come in and join the conversation just like Ed has done today.
I will come on any day, any day that I see it and I'm free. I'm often free at this time of the evening. I mean, I'd love to come and have a chat. I've had a great time. And remember what that game was called at the start?
Oh, so Cosmoctopus, yes. So we were chatting about Cosmoctopus. definitely go and check this one out. This is available at retail now. You can get this from, if I remember correctly, Lucky Duck Games. So I was going to hopefully get round to unboxing this and showing this on screen, because this is the Vault SFG re-released Kickstarter exclusives for Horizon Zero Dawn, the miniature game. But we've run out of time, so I will be doing this another evening. So in the meantime,
I would have liked to see that. I'm a massive Horizon Zero Dawn fan.
That's fine. So we can watch that another night. In the meantime, we're just going to have a quick thank you to our sponsor.
Honey Badger Games sponsors Diary of a Lincoln Geek, the perfect treat for any class. They have an amazing selection of meeples, dice and potions, all in fantastic jelly form. Check out the website and the discounts below.
And of course, they're really tasty. They've done some great teas, and there's some other bits coming out very, very soon. So make sure you go and check out Honey Badger Games. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll see you again soon.
Well, we hope you've all enjoyed the show. If you have, please hit that relevant social media icon and show your love. In the meantime, please do subscribe if you aren't already following us on YouTube. And of course, make sure you stay safe and keep gaming, everyone.